funny how the truth could always happen and the way it happens. See, you got mad because I was speaking the truth, so you went to...
But what are you exactly speaking the truth about, Edward? You know, people call you out all the time on your bullshit, and you never address what it is that you actually do wrong, because a lot of people have said that you're an attention seeker, and from what I can tell and see about yourself, that's pretty much what you are. You're a clout chaser. You're always looking for fucking drama, man. You're never focused on your own life enough to ever talk about anything that particularly benefits you. You only talk about drama that goes on the fucking internet, and you catapult yourself into the direction of it. You sit there and you tell a story only from one side and not both. That's your problem, man. You're always sitting there and you're always, you know, trying to express how you feel about something, and then you're always saying, hey, I'm just speaking the truth, everybody. But what are you exactly speaking the truth about? In the context of what is it that you're trying to claim? What is it that you're trying to prove to anyone on YouTube? I was pretty much a nobody that just randomly found your number because I was watching an old podcast of Heggy Rants, a guy that you hate who's no longer even on YouTube. And I went and contacted you, and we were cool and everything until I made a drawing of Heggy Rants and put it on my shit channel because, you know, it's art, and drawing pictures apparently gets you so fucking triggered and so heated that you go as far as to say fuck the interview and fuck me, and then you even go as far as to even try to leak out my phone number. And I wasn't trying to troll you or do anything offensive to you. I was just simply trying to do an interview with you because I thought maybe it would help benefit the both of us, because I'm new to the YouTube platform and you ain't. So I thought maybe, you know, you could help, you know, get people to maybe subscribe to me and, you know, help each other out as I would do the same for you. But instead you sit there and you parade this idea of thinking that I'm some fan of Heggy Rants. I mean, do you not remember when fucking Tyndall, you know, told you what is wrong with liking someone that, you know, what's wrong with liking someone that, you know, hates another friend of yours? Like, why should someone stop being friends with that person just because you don't like that person? And you couldn't even answer his question. You couldn't sit there and simply acknowledge anything he says about what he was asking you. That you sit there and simply think people have to be loyal to you, and no one can be friends with anyone else but you, because you're pretty much in the sense, a narcissist. And that's what narcissists do. Narcissists don't like it when others disagree with their opinion or whatever projection that they try to, you know, put out on others. Like if you say, for example, you know, if you were cool with Tyndall and you were like, you know what, I don't like you being friends with Heggy Rants, but that's because you feel like what doesn't attain to you, you think whatever doesn't attain to your opinion, you think someone else is in the wrong for it. If someone's friends with someone you don't like, they can't be friends with both of y'all because you feel like, oh, how can you really trust that person? But everyone has tried to make amends with you and be friends with you, and because of them being friends with other people you don't like, you call them out for it. And you say, what happened to that bullshit you said in 2016 when you were like, you said some shit like, oh, you know, I'm an advocate for bullying, but then all you do is go around and bully. You know? I mean, I've been watching all the old Trigger podcasts and getting up to speed with it, because you see, I knew about Heggy Rants from back in the fucking day back in the day, but I didn't know too much about the guy, and I've only since last year discovered him on YouTube. What little old clips I found of him, old videos I found of him, and I don't know the whole story but behind you and his fucking feud, but it sounds like to me you really just love drama. And I even found a video of you on this same channel you're doing this video on right now as we speak, and you said you like drama. But then as soon as I saw it and uploaded it on my channel, you took the shit down. Because a lot of people on YouTube have said you're known for that. You're known for addressing, speaking the truth, as you put as your title in all your videos. Speaking the truth. But you're never addressing what it is you're actually speaking the truth about. And then someone comes along and they call you out on your bullshit, and you just come up with all these excuses. That's what you do. You know, I hate to tell you this, man, but you're full of shit. And I used to thought you were cool, and I used to actually like listening to you. I never had a problem with you, man. But you want to start these feuds with people. And yeah, I agree, man. Kid behind the camera is a piece of shit. We all know that. I've called him out. You know? And yeah, is he a child abuser? Yeah, he was a child abuser. They made profit off of child abuse, as Roasted Studios, you know, directly said. And what proof that she showed, yeah, it says a lot about Kid behind the camera being a fucking scam artist. He milked his father's death. His father was very neglectful towards those grand boys, as we all know. We all know this. You know, I've already covered this on my channel about Michael, about what kind of piece of shit Michael is. And you can go check those videos out. They're on my channel. But, you know, you calling Kid behind the camera out on his BS, it's really no different than your own bullshit now, is it? Because, you know, y'all will both try to play the victim card. Y'all both will try to use tactics for an advantage to make it seem like y'all are innocent when y'all really both ain't. I think Michael's more of a scumbag, but I think you're a very misleading, twisted individual who likes to spin the narrative, and when people do call you out on your bullshit, you make 20 different excuses, and you never get to the point. I don't really understand your mindset. I don't understand you. I really can't figure out what the fuck is wrong with you. And why you're just so fucking messed up. And you use your disability as an excuse to try to make it seem like people are dogging you or talking shit about you, whatever. I mean, I've been watching you for a while, and I'm not a stalker. I just, you know, you make some good points on some things, but a lot of the shit is very hypocritical on your end. I guess that's really all I have to really say about it. But, you know, you're calling out Kid behind the camera on his shit and his fucking white trash family, and, you know, but the funny thing is about you, you're kind of white trash within yourself, Edward. You see, people try to be friendly to you, and something doesn't go right, and then you go and you talk to shit, and you tell others it ain't worth the drama, like you did when Kurt C did an interview with you. You know, you say it ain't worth the drama. Well, then why all you talk about is drama, man? Why don't you talk about anything else? Really, why don't you put your words of wisdom into some other different category rather than talk about this YouTube shit? I don't understand people like you. You look down on people, you make yourself look like you're the victim, when in all actual truth you're not. You claim to be a Christian, you know, whatever. I don't care. I think religion's bullshit in its own perspectives, but that's my opinion. I mean, take it from me, I'm an atheist. I don't really give a fuck. You know, you want to believe in magical Casper, and you want to be so delusional into thinking that, you know, you're gonna, by the time you're dead, you know, you're gonna be honored in some bullshit afterlife that you can't even fucking predict exists because there's no historical evidence to back up. You're just full of shit, Edward. You talk shit about Donald Trump. You even went as far to say that Donald Trump's a racist and all this shit. And then someone comes and comments and says, cheer up, Edward, we got a new president. And then you say, you know, you like Trump. You know, you're so full of shit, Edward. It's always back and forth with you, you know? It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You say that I slandered you, I lied. Fucking prove it, dude. Because people been exposing you since 2016. This is 2025. I remember hearing your fucking name years ago on the internet. Never knew who you fucking were until the time that I found out about you. And there's just all this old bullshit about you. But you know what? I'm not going to spend too long on this video. This is all I had to fucking say. Edward, you're full of shit. You shouldn't be on YouTube. That's it. Bye.